Hala, walang bubbles. Walang bubbles, guys. Guys, thank you, guys. My friend, guys, thank you. Yeah, you're the first one. I'm eating, having my early veggies and some chicken liver. It's burger. Thank you, guys. Are you traveling earlier? You're traveling earlier. Keep safe while you're driving. You're driving. Keep safe there while driving. Keep your eyes on the road, boys. Keep your eyes on the road, okay? My brother. I'm gonna having my lunch. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay, okay. I thought you're driving. I'm gonna promote your channel, guys. Wait. Long time no see. Long time no see. Yes, wait. How's New York? How's the weather there, guys? How's the weather in New York? So I hope you have a good night there. It's evening in the US, so I hope you have a the US, so I hope I'm gonna drop the link of my friend Doyce here. Connect guys, Doyce is doing a live stream, a monetized channel. He has an amazing content there, so I'll be putting Doyce here. Yeah, and I have also my friend Jess Wayne. It seems that you're busy in the past few months. My friend Jess Wayne. Alma, salamat. Akira, Empire. Good morning here. Good evening there. Good evening sa mga... Oh, ano to ah? You just woke up? No. Do I look like that? Just woke up? No, I'm not Akira. Do I look like one? Alma, you can promote your channel there. 32 people, thank you. Tawag nito. Chapsuy. Veggies with meat. Doktor Rosel. Raulo ka talaga, nang asar ka. Umagang-umaga, inasar mo ako. Alam mo kagabi, J-Rob. Good evening, J-Rob. Of course, I know you. Napikon si Moira, hinahanap ka niya kagabi. Napikon siya sa mga taga-Germany. Ay, taga saan ba yun? Hindi ko alam kung taga saan niya, Australia or Germany. Nag-spamming si Moira, spamming sila, oh. Away sila sa live ko. Akala ko nag-away sila sa live ko, kanta ko ng kinantahan ko lang kinantahan. Napikon yung crush mo kagabi. J-Rob, I know you of course. You're my good friend. Of course, I like you. I'm just busy eating. I'm just busy here. Okay lang. Galit na galit ka kagabi, Akira. Dun sa dalawa. Alam mo ginawa ko? Hindi ko alam gagawin ko kagabi. Kumanta ko ng kumanta kasi nag-away sila sa chatbox. Oh, it's okay. You can fix it anyway. You know to fix your car? You can fix it. I know you can do it. If you don't know how to fix it, you can find some other mechanic to fix your car. Okay? Actually, yeah, Kira. It's okay. You know how to fix your car. If not, you can find some other people that can fix your car, like your mechanic there. You can find some mechanic. It's okay. It's okay. Don't say that. Don't say that, my friend. Yeah, yeah. Don't say that one. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good to say that word, okay? Don't be negative, my friend. Even though there's negativity around us every day, we encounter negativities, bad days, but you know, and I am advising you to be more, it's okay, it's more, positive. Toy, Eric, thank you, Eric. Yeah, it's the truth, but it's, for me, actually it's your choice, even though I always speak here like that, but it actually your choice to do it. We made our life, you know, the life here in the world. It's our future depends on our choice, actually. Casey and Gregorio, thank you. And if you choose to be negative, I respect that. Jason, thank you. I'm having here my breakfast and lunch. Breakfast and lunch here. Veggies and chicken. Chicken. All people can experience bad things. All people experience like that. Other people experience the worst thing in the world, like they have no hands, they have no feet, and they're still positive, they're still optimistic. It's their choice. Maybe you're still lucky than the one like living in Africa. African people have no food, have no water to drink. Some other have no hands. They are paralyzed. They have more Yeah, Willow, hello, Willow. But I'm saying that you're more lucky than them. Okay? You're still lucky. You have complete body parts. You have still food to eat. And you must be thankful about it. I think. Aviation, Willow. Yeah. Yeah. It's your choice. Actually, I'm just advising here, but it's your choice to be negative. Yeah, it's your choice. Aviation, thank you. Yeah. But I'm saying you're more lucky than them. And if you don't gonna listen to me, it's your choice. You're so pessimistic, you know. Yeah. Negativity will brings more negativity. Rainbow always see in my life. Really. Oh, I saw your viewers last night. Aviation. You have many viewers last night, man. I saw it. I've been there till end. Yeah. You're correct, Willow. I agree to Willow. So, it's okay. I'm just, advising. And if you don't listen to me, it's okay. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I'm saying to J-Rob. Really? That, Willow, that's what I'm saying to J-Rob. Yeah, yeah. Yes, aviation, I know. I'm done eating. I have veggies and chicken. Veggies. Yeah, 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 I know, aviation. I just get water. Pearly, thank you, Pearly. Is this a rainbow clothes? So you have wood, I don't know. It's okay. Pearly, aviation. Because I work hard for it. I have food because I work hard for it. I'm working here to have food, to pay my bills. So even though I have negativities in my life, I lose my mom, I lose my brother. I have no permanent job. I just do freelance. So So and there's a lot of problems coming up with me, like you. There are problems that I encounter, but I'm still optimistic in life. Pearly, thank you, Pearly. Aviation, thank you so much. I'm gonna drop the link of Aviation. Okay, J Rob. I'm your friend. I'm just advising you as a friend. Okay? Willow. Willow is right. I agree to Willow. Just said earlier. Even though negativity is in our everyday, but it's up to us how we cope it. We cope in that problems, in that negativities. Yeah, it's still, yeah, there is still faith and hope in life. Don't lose faith, don't lose hope. Okay? That's what I'm saying to you. Are you praying? Optimistic is being positive. Yeah, being positive. And if you have faith, it's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's your choice. And if you have more, because if you believe in negativity, the negativities will come to you. And if you believe in positivity, positivity will come to you. So, that's it. That's why you have a lot of problems, maybe because you have negative thinking. So, it attracts negativity. Maybe. Maybe. Aviation traveler. I'm just saying here, my friend. I'm your friend. I need to positivity to go past out. My mind is much. I played hectic game earlier. Yeah, hello. I'm supposed to think everything is positive. What when it's not? Okay, I will not agree to you, J Rob. I will not agree to you. Believe what you believe. Fernanda, what is this? Come live stream. Fernanda, thank you for coming. Pearly, good night. I will keep your stream open. Thank you, Willow. Thank you for playing. J-Rob, I will not argue with you. I'll just say that you believe, you do what you believe. I'm just here as your friend to advise you. And if you're gonna don't listen to me, it's okay. It's your choice. It's your life. It's your life anyway. I get it. Now trying to make you mad. No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. It's your choice. I'm just advising here as your friend. And if you're gonna do it, it's your choice. Life is a choice. Life is a... Ka? It's your choice, J-Rob. Good night, Willow. Stop happens to me. It's okay. I'm done advising you. It's up to you. Lodsuan sa kalam. J-Rob, I'm done advising you. I keep telling you, advising you, but you're still negative. So, Lodsuan sa kalam. Great open mind. Great open mind people. Aviation. Okay. I'm already done advising you. And it's up to you if you're gonna still Life is a choice, and your choice to be negative. So, I leave it to you. Okay, it's your choice, it's your life. Yeah. Aviation, thank you. Lods 1 sa kalam. Good morning. It's your choice, it's your life. Anyway, it's your decision. So your future depends on your choices. What I learned in life is what your future depends on your choices. If you choose to be like that, then you will stay like that. And for me, if I choose to be happy, I will be happy every day. Okay, J-Ram. Pearly, thank you, Pearly. Hala, si Pearly pala. Pearly. Pearly, Pearly. So negativity has no space in my life right now. So I must focus on positivity. Good night guys, si Pearly. Oo, salamat. Ayan, binaba ko yung bahay mo. Willow, thank you for staying. Aviation, J-Rob, thank you guys. Welcome. Let's see. Explain what you love. Thanks, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Saan na ba tayo? Nanonood na nga lang ako ng ano. What will I watch? This one. This one. I will watch an animated movie. Welcome, Aviation. Let's see your pussycat. Pussycat is outside. It's very noisy. I already feed her. I already feed him, but he is still noisy.
Inside becomes life. So it is very useful for her. Avi doesn't know what it's doing. Our story begins when Vimisha was reminiscing about her past, or when someone was narrating her past. While
Aviation Traveler, why you say that?
Suddenly, his wife was blessed with a new
bringing my cat. I have a cat.
He quickly rushes inside, opens the door, and is informed by the midwife that the mother and the newborn are both healthy and free of any complications. The father rejoices greatly, thanking the midwife for her assistance. They decide to name the baby Vimisha, a name that brings much joy. Everything hidden eventually comes to light. Vimisha asks if Mrs. Lapp catches the mouse to sell and earn money. Suddenly, she discovers a large snake in the trap she set for mice. She tries to catch it, thinking she can sell it at a high price, but the snake tries to attack her.
Yeah, I have.
Then she took a piece of cloth and covered the snake, which was wriggling in it. She proceeded to pull out a large rope and tied the snake so that it couldn't escape.
Outside.
After that, Vimisha continued on her way, carrying the snake on her back and a wall beside her. She turned right and left, sensing a strange smell, wondering if it was a monster, but she felt nothing. They continued down the road, and to their surprise, they saw a horse covered in blood, an overturned carriage, and everyone inside either injured or dead. As in those moments, Vimisha quickly hid Sar to avoid being targeted by the highwaymen, as the situation was very dangerous.
I already fed my cat.
She then descended from the hill and found 3 people drenched in blood.
I love dogs
then ran
too.
quickly
I
to
am a
escape
pet
from that place.
lover.
Her speed was
Dogs
incredible,
and
fueled
cats,
by
I
the
like
adrenaline
them.
released due to her intense fear. She covered some kilometers, but in her normal
I have
stage,
dogs
she
in
didn't
the
cover much
farm.
distance.
When I go
Finally,
home in
she
the
stopped
farm, I
and
will
caught her
show
breath,
you my
looking at a
dog.
large castle in the distance, seemingly abandoned.
It's nice
To reach the city,
to, it's
she entered
nice
through the main
to
gate,
love
strolling through
dogs.
its streets and contemplating what she had witnessed hours ago. Demisha wanted to inform someone about the incident. At that moment, she entered a building and greeted the people there. The secretary asked her about the thing she was carrying on her shoulder, and Demisha explained that she had intended to trap a rat but caught a snake instead. The one-eyed man then told her that if she wanted to sell a snake, she should go to a pharmacy, not the town hall.
Because pets
Demisha
are
thanked them for the
stress
information, then
relievers.
informed them that on her way here she discovered some brutally murdered individuals.
They are
The method of
stress
killing was
relievers.
extremely gruesome. This revelation
Are
shocked
pets.
everyone. It's all that the secretary urged her to come closer and provide more details. Demisha approached and explained that it happened on the
Those
road from
are
the village
so
of Latium.
loyal.
The carriage was burning,
Dogs,
and people were
yeah.
attacked by some monsters. The widow survived the assault.
I
The strong
love
man was
pets,
astonished and explained
dogs
the
and
monsters. Did you say
cats.
monsters? He approached Demisha
I
with
don't
intense
choose
scrutiny
any
and questioned
pets.
her, expressing disbelief. She confirmed the presence of monsters, pointing out the brutal wounds on the bodies and the fact that the horses were dead. Not so.
I have also
Because he
dogs in
wasn't
the
worth firing them.
farm.
The man acknowledged
When
her
I go
intelligence,
home
stating
in
that
my
if the town was
house, I
accurate,
have
the village might be under attack.
2
He
dogs
called out to
there.
everyone, emphasizing the seriousness of the situation. He instructed
And
them
here
to
in the
search the
city,
exact
I have
location and
cat.
identify the type of monsters. He mentioned that he would file an official request through the guild later.
Yeah.
The group quickly mobilized, heading outside
But
to
my
investigate.
cat is
But the strong man thanked
a
Vimisha
good
for bringing the
cat.
matter to their attention and assured her that she would receive a reward once they verified the situation. Vimisha was taken aback by this, expressing her surprise at the unexpected turn of events. But the secretary informs her that she can receive money for information about monsters or people who died as a result of monster attacks. If she reports such information to the town hall, she'll be rewarded. Demisha wasn't aware of this, but she expresses her happiness at the prospect of earning some money. The secretary hands her the document to keep, and she can return later after they verify the situation.
Really?
The scene then
Hello,
shifts to the pharmacy, where
Arliss.
Demisha
Good
is selling the
evening
snake she bought.
there.
The pharmacist
Sometimes
informs
cats
her that the market value
replicate
for a snake
stuff.
monster is $2 each.
Really?
However, upon inspection, he finds out that the snake is a rare female, so he offers her $3 for it. He hands her the money, or the equivalent in their currency, and tells her that if she catches more, she can bring them to the pharmacy for purchase. Demisha leaves the place, delighted to have some currency. She opens her bag for Sora, telling her that she'll search for food for both of them. As she continues her journey,
So
she
how's
comes
your
across a red bag,
day?
seemingly
How's your
magical.
day,
On closer
J-Rob?
inspection, she discovers numerous bags in the area, around 21 in total, and she desires to take them all. But realizing she can't carry them, she understands that they are old models with varying abilities, not of high precision. As for Vimisha, her modern backpack
Arliss,
held many
thank you.
items.
I hope
She
you
pondered
had
the
a
situation
good
and came up with an
day
idea where she
earlier.
placed those magical bags inside other magical bags. With that
I
serve of
think
hers,
animals
she decided
like
to give
me
it a try.
sometimes.
After that, however,
Yes.
when she attempted to put
Oh,
one
okay.
magical bag inside another, it didn't
You
work.
said it
The
earlier.
magical bag couldn't enter the other magical bag, and even an empty magical bag couldn't go into
I'm
the first
watching
one.
an animated
Demisha
movie.
began to think through the situation and divided the bags into 4 groups. On her left were magical bags that couldn't hold any other magical bags. She pointed to the next group, which could hold 1 magical bag each. The third group could carry 2 magical bags,
Just
and the last
pray.
one, on her far left, could hold 3 magical bags.
You can pray to
Demisha
God.
contemplated how she would carry
You
all
believe
these
in
bags together
God.
while still remaining light for easy
So
transport.
pray. Just pray to
Engaging in a
Him.
mathematical process, she finally managed to make the items lighter. However,
Oh, I
she needed to
see.
find a bag that could carry 3 magical bags and another that could carry just 1. After numerous
You
attempts
can
and
fix it. You know how to
calculations,
fix your
Demisha eventually
car?
solved the problem, but it took a considerable amount of effort.
You know how to fix your
She
car?
is very happy because she managed to collect the
I have
bags
to work
together.
Sunday.
Then she apologizes
Oh.
and says, "Come on, let's go and collect the doses." The slime is
You
very excited
are
about
a
it. After that,
hardworking
we see her
guy.
walking down the road. However, she is surprised to see a group of people, so she tries to hide from them because they are a group of
You
adventurers.
are a hardworking
Suddenly, one
guy,
of the
my
adventurers she
friend
spoke to
J-Rob.
before talks to her and tells her that the information she provided us some time ago actually saved them. They were able to verify it immediately because the culprit was the monsters, Gillen and the King of Galan. They managed to do that because they saw traces of Galan around the damaged carriage. When the adventurers followed the traces, they found the King of Galan and some powerful
Hopefully I
adventurers
get
are about to
fixed
set off
by
to hunt
then.
them.
Oh,
He
okay.
warns her that it is dangerous and
My
advises her not to
grandchildren
leave
are
unless the adventurers
here
can
with
defeat the
me.
monsters. She also knows that they will
Really?
receive a
It's
financial
fun.
reward
It
for
looks
cooperating
like,
with them.
it sounds
After that, Ivy
like
goes to
you
collect
have
the
fun
rewards, and the girl
there.
tells her that she deserves to be proud of what she did. She treats her as
It
if she was
sounds
a boy,
like
not a
you
girl,
have fun
and asks her
there,
if she has the
Arliss.
previous document. After
Hello,
that, she starts
J-Rob.
searching
That's
for it
the
in all the
sign
bags she's
that
carrying.
your pet
Eventually, she
will
finds it and gives it
avoid
to the
you
employee.
in
The employee gives her
sickness.
rewards, which are a
That's
silver plate worth
all
5
men
gold.
here
Ivy
in
is
the
astonished by this
Philippines.
and mentions that
Pearly
the snake monster was worth
Velasquez.
3 guidal, equivalent to 30 vara, and this time it's 5
Yeah.
guidal, which is 50
Sometimes
vara.
our
She gets very
pet,
excited, and the employee continues,
I
stating that for
know,
information about reporting a
get
high-level monster,
the, you
the
know,
reward is 2 gold pieces, which she happily realizes is equivalent to 10 guidal or 200 vara. In total, she earned the value of capturing 280 vara
Pearly
field mice that day.
Velasquez.
As the employee warns her about
Filipinos
the large
believes
sum and
in
advises her to be careful not to
omens.
lose it.
Omen.
Ivy takes the money and goes, but before leaving, the employee tells her to take all the bags she had thrown on the ground. Later, we see Ivy walking in the street, expressing that it's the first time she has obtained such a large
Filipinos
amount of money.
believe
She
that
wonders if everyone is
our
targeting these
animals
gold
get
pieces.
the
In the evening, a group of
sickness
adventurers prepares to
from
hunt
ours.
monsters, and we see Ivy sitting near them, eating and feeding her slime companion
So
Sora. And she tells Sora that the forest is very dangerous due to monster
Filipinos have
hunting, so they'll
beliefs
sleep here
here
tonight.
that
She
animals
looks at the map
get
and
the
decides they may have to
sickness
stay in this
from
town
the
until the monster
people,
hunting is over.
from the
The next
owner.
destination is the village of Latomia, and she
That
expresses
means that they
excitement
don't
about
like
saying
me,
the journey is
Pearly
full of adventures.
Bakunton.
Finally, she lies
Your
down
cat
on her back and
Robbie,
says she enjoys being with
let's
Sora
go.
a lot before falling asleep. And this
Yeah, they
concludes
get the
episode.
sickness.
But don't
They
forget to
get
subscribe to
it.
the channel and activate the
They
notification bell to
transfer the
receive updates
sickness
on new
to
content.
the
Today's
cat.
episode starts with
They
Vimisha
get,
and her friend Sora, both
that's
clearly
our
saddened
beliefs
by the
here.
failure of the trap once again. Vimisha wonders if someone stepped on it, realizing they won't be able to earn any money at this rate. However, she remembers the monetary reward she received from Latham Village. She opens her bag and says, "We should be fine for a while, but if this journey continues, I want to save for the future." Suddenly,
That's our
Sora
belief
distances
here in the
himself and runs off.
Philippines. We
Vimsha
have a lot
follows
of
him, and he
beliefs.
enters the trees. As Vimsha follows, she sees a wounded wolf and feels a weak
That's
magical
our
energy towards it. She consults her book to
beliefs here.
identify the creature, realizing it's an extremely fierce and rare beast.
If
Two
your
or three
cat,
looks at her, frightening Vimeshia
your
because it's still
dogs,
alive.
and your
She
cat
realizes it's very tired and will die soon.
will get
She
the
places her hands on its head,
sickness
reassuring it that she'll
in
stay by its
you,
side.
and they will
Suddenly,
transfer
Sora
it
leaps
to
out, throws his size, and
themselves.
lands on the wolf, beginning to tend its wounds. After finishing, he returns to his normal size, and Vimeshia holds him. Suddenly, the
My
wolf
children
stands before her
and
and
grand-
approaches, playing with her. Vimeshia expresses
Yeah,
gratitude.
it sounds
Such a
like
monster
you have
requires a team
fun
of at least
there,
5
Arlie.
highly ranked adventurers to defeat it, and facing it alone in the forest would be fatal. As the wolf looks at her, Vimeshia grows very fond of it, placing her hands on it and playing with it. The scene shifts to Vimeshia, Sora, and the wolf on their way to Laton village. Vimeshia talks to herself, wondering if she's gained a new friend now, wishing she had greater magical energy to tame him. She tells the wolf he needs a name, and after thinking a little, she names him Shiel, meaning sky. She introduces herself and introduces him to Sora the Slime. On their way, Vimshia feels people nearby, telling Sora to hide in her magical bag. She looks at Shial and tells him he can't fit in the bag, and it wouldn't be good for people to see him. Suddenly, Shial hides among the trees. The scene shifts to Vimshia standing in front of the palace, looking at the guard and saying he looks scary. Suddenly, a man approaches from behind, asking her what she's doing. She tells him she's not doing anything, and he leaves. As we see Sora trembling with fear in those moments, the man with a backpack approaches. The guard asks him who he is and what he intends to do in Laton village, which flusters the man. He tells the guard that he's here to visit a friend for the first time. The guard asks for his friend's name, causing more confusion for the man who stammers, Zizilyat. The guard, noticing the man's discomfort, becomes angrier and grabs him, pressing him against the wall. He draws his sword and cuts open the man's bag, revealing some items falling out, and then he checks the other bag, finding bottles of banned alcohol. It turns out the man is trafficking drugs. The guard calls for his friend Falibra to take him to prison. Falibra approaches and tells the guard that the man might indeed be a criminal, but he should treat him with more courtesy and kindness as
GRP the go, thank you. Mother Earth, thank you,
The
Mother
guard then takes the
Earth.
man to prison. Vimeshia is astonished and asks
Yeah,
Sora if he had known about
GRP,
this
thank you,
beforehand,
GRP.
considering his sixth sense. The guard looks at her, appearing very frightening, and fear fills Vimshia's heart as she hesitates whether to proceed or return. She speaks to herself, realizing that escaping here wouldn't help. It would only raise suspicions. In that case, she decides to continue crossing. As she moves forward, the guard stops her, asking who she is. He speaks to her as if she were a boy, asking her where he's seen her before. She tells him she's not a boy. The guard looks at her strangely, his appearance very terrifying, causing Vimshia to tremble with fear. He asks her what's wrong. She tells him there's a bug on his shoulder. When he sees it, he becomes flustered and afraid. He thanks her for telling him about it. Then he stops her again, asking which family she belongs to. She tells him she's from Latham village. The guard is surprised, asking if she traveled all that distance alone. He's heard that chaos reigns in Latham village these days, and imagines she must have suffered a lot. He kneels down
Mother
and shows
Earth,
her that
good
she's now in Latham village and will
morning.
be
One
safe.
time I was in the bed.
Then he
and
tells her that if she
rocked
becomes an adventurer, she'll earn a lot of money, so she should work hard. He bids her farewell and lets her go.
GRP.
Finally, Vimeshia crosses from the
What?
gate into the beautiful city. She
Rat
quickly runs to a vendor to buy some meat because she
can
wants
squeeze,
wild
yeah.
rabbit meat. The vendor
Rat
tells her
can
it's
bite
expensive because it's hard to
us.
catch. Vimshia offers to buy it if she manages to catch her prey. The vendor agrees as long as it's fresh, but warns her to be cautious of the dangerous Nunosh that frequent the forest. She buys some meat and leaves the place, talking to herself about the creature Nunoshe and the need to set traps for it since it's present in the city. While they're in the village, they shouldn't sleep in the forest, so perhaps they should rest in the adventurer's field. Vimshia wanders a bit until she finds the adventurer's field, marveling at its beauty and size, realizing that large villages also have open spaces. She tries to enter but encounters the massive guard, frightening her. The guard asks if she wants to stay here, to which she responds affirmatively, explaining she's alone. He advises her to go to the other side. as
Mother
if
Earth,
he can save
thank
her.
you.
He gives her something,
Wait.
explaining it's her permit. Vimeshia doesn't understand, so he clarifies that she won't be allowed in without showing it. She asks about the cost, and he tells her there's no need to pay. They only regulate
Connect guys to my member,
Vimeshia
Mother
thanks him
Earth.
and enters the field, feeling extremely tense because of the guard. She spreads
Mother
her arms and
Earth
lies
is
down,
on the
feeling
top.
very happy. She looks around and sees many large tents, wondering if there are mid-ranked adventurers around and hoping to find a place far from them. She looks again and sees small tents on the other side, realizing they belong to beginner adventurers. At this point, she wishes she had a tent like theirs so she wouldn't worry about being noticed. As the weather changes, she wishes she could hide in a tent so she could take out her
Sometimes there are
friend
snakes
Sora.
in there.
Remembering the monetary reward
Really?
she received previously, she decides to go to the market to buy a new tent.
Where's GRP?
Hi,
GRP?
unruly anime family. In this story, 72%
My grandma said
of all
they
fatalities
can't
are
kill
linked to
you.
dragons. However, these dragons are
What?
invisible to the majority
The
of people.
ano?
Only those that live in the reverse world.
Very
can
scary.
see.
I scared to
But even
snakes.
then,
I
only
don't
a
like
select few
snakes.
become qualified enough as witches or wizards to make
Of
contact
course,
with
snakes can
dragons.
kill you.
A
They have
beautiful and
venom.
pretty, attractive girl named Noelle is one of these
The
witches.
snakes, of
and
course
she
they can
ignores some
kill
birds
you.
that are gawking at her while walking
Snakes
through
have
the city.
venom. I am afraid of snakes.
真っ黒じゃねえか。ここが
I
いい
have
ん
a
だろ。
trauma.
私が何者であるかを誰にも証明しないです。
I have a trauma in
Indeed,
snakes.
she goes down to the market to buy one and reads on a sign that the shop sells used tents at high prices but offers quick evaluations.
Yeah.
Considers buying a new tent.
Yeah, Pearly. I Mother Earth. Maybe you have a lot of plants in the backyard.
asks if she's going to buy anything. She responds that she's going to buy a tent, which
There's
visibly
a lot of
makes August
plants and you know
understands
the
she's from a
ano.
village, known for its many problems, and
I
asks if
think
she
the
knows
ones
about
I had
it. August
was
doesn't answer, so
not
Oguto asks for
venom.
her
They
name,
look
speaking to
like
her as if
scary.
she were
But
she
even
tells
though
her
there's no venom, I
Oguto
still
welcomes
scared the
August, introduces
snakes.
himself and his friend Olivera. Then he tells her he'll take
I'm
her to a
still
big shop run by a
scared of the
steamboat.
snake even
Without
though
hesitation, he takes her with him.
it has no
Olivera
venom.
asks Aguto to stop because he's hurting her a lot.
I have a
He
trauma
apologizes
when I
to her
was
for what happened
young
and talks to her to reassure
about
her.
the snakes.
Vemesha is afraid of him, so Olivera speaks to her, telling her not to be afraid of Oguto. He's not a bad person, but when an idea enters his mind, he becomes blind to everything around him. Vemesha tells them not to worry about it. Aguto apologizes again and tells her he'll get her the greatest tent ever. Vemesha is overjoyed because she can't believe her dream is about to come true. They go to the shop Oguto mentioned and meet the old man. The old man asks what they want, but Oguto says there's nothing here for him to buy. Instead, he mentions a young customer from Lado village who wants to buy a tent. The old man understands that the child must have been through very difficult times because of what's happening in the village. Then the old man looks at Vimsha and asks her what she wants from him. Vimsha tries to speak to them, but Oguto interrupts quickly, asking the old man to give her something cheap and excellent at the same time. The old man gets annoyed because it's clear that this child is very, very annoying. Oguto asks him not to be harsh with his words to children and to be merciful. The old man tells him that if he's speaking to the child, he should be gentle. The lighter, the better, but then she'll break more easily. Then he asks Vimshia if she prefers a durable tent that will last a long time, or if she prefers to buy a new one, as required, as each job she wants will change her life. So Oguto said to Vemesha, if you have a request, don't hesitate to make it. Vemesha responded, saying, all that matters is that I don't know much about their jobs, but the most important thing is how much it costs in general. The old man answered that the price varies depending on the product. What is your budget? Oguto asked her how she got this amount of money. She replied that she got it in Latham village, finding victims of a monster attack and was given it as a financial reward. The old man remarked that since she received such a large amount, it must have been an extremely dangerous monster. He was glad she didn't fall victim to it. Then the old man told her that with 5 daggles, she could buy a good tent. He showed her this tent, saying it was lightweight and durable. It was bought by a person who found a woman immediately after, then retired as an adventurer. The boy
My grandma is not scared of spiders and really, your grandma is brave. Dugod. Oh, Mother Earth, dugod-dugo yung ilong mo. I have a trauma in serpent. Serpent snake. Ano, pelikula Mother? 30 minutes na lang ako ha, 30 minutes. My grandma is country. What? I am watching an animated movie here. I will show you. 30 minutes na lang ako. I'm here what I'm watching. This is what I'm watching. An animated movie.
I bought it with money I earned myself, and many people treated me kindly.
She is used to spiders and so. Maybe, he lives in the countryside. Your grandma is living in the countryside. 30 minutes left. Okay, 30 minutes. Yeah, because if you're living in the countryside, so you can use to spiders and stuff. It's normal thing in the countryside. You're still afraid. Me, I'm not afraid of spiders, but I'm afraid in I have a trauma in serpent and snakes. When I was young, I have a bad experience about it. A traumatic experience about it.
The big man says it's impossible for a naughty, dirty child like this to buy such a tent. Then the guard holds the big man's hand and releases the girl, saying, this tent belongs to this boy. The person claiming to be the owner of the tent begins to say, this is my tent. The guard asks him, where did you buy this tent? The claimant replies, there's no need for you to know that. Then the guard tells them that this is a used tent bought from the old man Lago, the landlord. The man is annoyed and says, speak as you like, but what do you know about it? Then the guard tells them that the ones who recognize this boy at the shop were the leader Aguto and his deputy Philibert from the Latomi village guard. It's free and everyone is shocked and stunned by this statement. Then the guard asks the claimant again. The big man says, we just
A dog attacked me when I was young. I still like dogs. Me too, me too. Dog attacked me, but I'm not afraid of dogs. But the serpent, I don't like serpent. I don't like those who have crawling, I know. Crawling, so I have a trauma about it.
Then he goes to check on the boy. He thanks him profusely for his assistance and apologizes to him for the terrifying experience he had on his first day in the village. Vimshia then thanks him for saving her and asks
Sige, abri na. Wala namang kuting. Inabrihan ko lang yung kayang kuting maribuko. Yeah, I don't like snakes. I thought you like snakes. Guys, I have only 30 minutes left. I will have a client coming up. I have a client coming up. I will do conduct massage. And maybe after this, I will have another live.
Stay tuned for upcoming episodes.
Okay.
But we kindly ask you to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification.
Hoy, Newsing, good morning. Newsing from Singapore. 30 minutes na lang ako. Nilo, Sri Lanka, thank
What
you.
will she do? And the leader of the hearth reveals the truth to Vimikia.
Newsing, andyan na naman yung mga aliens. 30 minutes na lang ako kasi may kliyente akong parating.
Next, we'll discover everything. Our episode begins on that sunny day as Vimikia
Makulit
emerges
kasi.
from her
Snakes
tent,
look
enjoying
like
the
a
beautiful
cute.
weather. She asks
Yeah.
Sora
I don't like the look of the
Sora eagerly
snakes.
responds, igniting Vimikia's excitement.
Newsing, thank
On their way to
you.
hunt, a guard asks Vimikia why
I
she's
don't
going
like the
early,
look of the
and she tells him
snakes.
she's going hunting.
I'm
We then see Vimikia walking through the town, meeting
You
many
know,
people who all know her and chat with her. Vimikia wonders
nakita
how
ko mga yan kanina,
the
dami
scene
na
then shifts to
naman.
Vimikia and Sora.
Oo nga eh.
Vimikia tells
For
Sora
30 minutes na lang
to
ako.
destroy the
20
trap,
minutes, ano.
meaning they won't be able to catch anything in this condition.
Pearly, Bakoko, Velasquez, thumbs up dan. Sabi ni Mother, Pearly, pabalik ako kay Mother, okay?
She sees the wolf.
Snakes are they have black
Vimikia
eyes?
is overjoyed, hugs
They
Sheep,
have
and after
different
counting
eyes, like,
she decides to prepare and
I don't like the look
sell
of their
For some
eyes.
time, Vimikia finishes preparing
And
the meat
my,
and
ano,
wakes up Sora and Sheep to sell them.
I-
Wolf wakes
I
up and
don't
starts
like
playing
it.
with Vimikia. She thanks him for allowing her
I
to
don't
have
like
all
the
that meat.
feeling of,
Then he leaves.
you know, I have a trauma
Vimikia,
actually,
Sora,
I have a
and Sheep
trauma.
head out too. They go to the store, and the owner
Snakes
tells
can
them that the
see
meat is
you,
very
they
fresh with a
just
delicious
like,
smell.
yeah,
The rabbits without
they,
harming vital organs. Vimikia tells Sora,
they can feel the heat,
usually prey
the
separate
heat,
traps,
the
affecting taste
therma,
negatively. But there's no sign of that in the meat.
thermo,
She also mentions
the
her skill
thermo
in
heat.
cutting the meat evenly, pricing each at 95
Yeah, they can
dinars,
see about
making
the
total
heat,
for 9 rabbits,
the heat
85 dinars. The store
that
owner
comes
thanks
from our
Vimikia and tells her
body.
she's welcome anytime.
They see you
Vimikia walks
through
away happy, attributing all her success to
thermal
Sheep.
heat,
She
thermal
meets some
heat.
guards who ask her about hunting and money.
Yeah, the
See
thermal
Vimikia
heat.
hiding and wondering what's
Using,
going on.
thank
The guards
you.
know who she is. Suddenly, Mr. Villavera appears before her and asks
They
why
used
she's
it.
hiding in such a place. He then walks into the town and tells her that Commander Oguto informed them that if a young adventurer
30 minutes na lang ako, may kliyente ako
they should make
makulit.
sure to help him. He had been saying this to all the guards, emphasizing that although he's a young boy, he works hard, so they should take good care of him.
J-Rab, I have only
And we see Vimikia talking
20
to
minutes, 20
grateful for
minutes.
Commander Oguto's feelings, but not fond of attracting attention. She then goes to the fruit seller and is very excited to find
I have a
Zaro.
client coming
Very
up.
expensive. The seller tells her it took a long time to get Zaro fruit, and she asks
I will
if
be,
they
after my client, I will do another
Seller
live,
confirms
okay?
this and explains that it's the only area where Zaro fruit grows, but the harvest was poor this year. Then he asks her if she's from Latomi village, to which she responds affirmatively. He then asks about her parents, and she tells him she travels alone.
When I guys Newsing from Singapore, J-Rab from the US, Mother Earth from Hong Kong. Who else?
Harvesting these fruits was always challenging, so they relied on
Pearly Velasquez from Nueva Ecija.
But the foolish village chief couldn't tolerate it. When Lady Loba fell ill, he refused to give her any medicine, and she died. The villagers
Welcome,
were expecting her to die
welcome.
from a cold at that time. Additionally,
You use the GoTo channel, guys. Connect to my friend J-Rab.
took care of a starless
Yeah, just have.
After losing the fortune teller suddenly, the Zaro harvest in Latomi village failed.
You are my friend, J-Rab.
She attempted to reduce the number of mouths to feed.
You are my friend.
Taking
Bawi
back
na lang,
leaving
me.
the village while others fighting the chief.
May other. Mother Earth.
Vimikia was
On
asked.
the way po, Mother. Salamat. Nagla-live yan si Mother gabi-gabi. 9 p.m. 10. 9 or 10, ganun.
Gave it to Vimikia, who refused it, knowing it's
Pearly nagla-live yan gabi-gabi si Mother.
and couldn't be so now, understanding she must be facing
Puntahan mo yan.
Vimikia thanked him for his help,
Tumatambay kami dyan.
talking to her
Kay
children,
Mother.
lamenting her family's rejection.
Oh, my rent farm. Ako sa Nueva.
Jelly, Shield, Mr. Oguto,
Talaga? Ayan si Pearly taga Nueva Ecija yan.
she realizes she has a place to live, albeit small. and
Mag-usap kayo, tambayan mo yan.
tries to convey this message, eventually succeeding, expressing they'll remain friends forever. She then tastes a piece of the fruit, finding it delicious, reminiscent of the fortune teller's taste. She remembers the fortune
Kung nagbebenta siya ng mga insecticide, pesticides.
and share everything about herself with them. The next day,
Agriculture yung content na is about agriculture and farming.
receives greetings from everyone she meets on the street. Everyone loves her.
Yung content ni Pearly is about agriculture, farming, like that. Tapos mga pesticide, insecticides,
Suddenly she
na
senses
binibenta
the
nila
danger,
dun.
so the slime hides in her bag. Indeed, two members of the Highwaymen gang appear, recognizing Vimikia as Avi. They threaten to kill her, blaming her.
45 people. 20 minutes na lang, 20
They
minutes.
demand she give them in exchange for
May makulit akong kliyente.
However, Vimikia refuses because the slime is her friend. As Vimikia refuses to hand over the bag,
Maliligo pa nga
her
ako.
friend Sora is inside. One of the thieves suggests she taste a bitter liquid as punishment. When she
Wait
refuses,
lang, reply ko lang yung kliyente ko makulit.
terrified, Vimikia runs away and the thief chases her. However, she sets traps everywhere.
Oo nga, nasilip ko na kanina. O, ganun yung content ko.
Chases after Vimikia. The angry
Saglit tayo, reply ko yung kliyente ko.
As Vimikia
May
runs,
kliyente ako makulit.
in front of her, and the male thief behind her. The male thief grabs her and demands the bag and its contents. Suddenly,
52 people, thank you.
the wolf attacks the male thief, saving Vimikia. She thanks the wolf for saving
20 minutes, guys, 20 minutes. Thank you for staying there for 52 people.
Vimikia senses more people approaching,
from all over the world.
She's all right. And when he mentions hearing the roar of a beast,
Time check tayo,
while wandering in the forest,
10:31.
then the scene shifts to the room where Oguti talks to
10:31 in
Miki,
the
saying,
Philippines.
regarding those 4 adventurers who were bothering you, they've all
Ayun,
been
di na
arrested.
nang ulit.
They were
Wait lang.
stealing money and
Balik na ako
small
sa
arms, falsely accusing others. Their crimes were reported
time
to the
check tayo.
Adventurers Guild, but it was difficult to find evidence against them. The
10:31
two we apprehended today were wanted for murder.
AM
The other two have been
Philippines.
sentenced to long-term servitude, so we won't do that again. You can rest
49 people,
assured.
thank
Vinikia
you.
thanks him, and he informs her
I
that
just
since
have
she can
20
stay in
minutes,
the future,
20
she'll
more
receive a
minutes.
financial reward. The standard reward for an ordinary person is 5,000 dals for a killer and 2,000 dals for others. However, the guild offers a bounty of $1 for each of them, totaling $2 and 3 guildals. Vimikia is overjoyed, stating that the monetary
I'll take a
reward she
bath
received
because I have a client
equated to
coming up.
2,800 fars, so she already has more than
I'm
the
just
actual
little
fars
boy.
value. He then gives her the
You're a
money
little
and asks
boy.
if she has an account for herself. He offers to help her set up an account at the merchant guild to ease her worries about carrying such a large sum. The scene then
Connect to
shifts
Mother
the
Earth from Hong Kong,
Vimikia put a
guys.
drop of her blood here. She pricks her finger on the needle, and a screen appears displaying Aguti's details. He learns Vimikia's true age and is astonished, as he thought she was around 6 or 7 years old. Vimikia enters the room and hands all her money to the clerk, taking the tablet Oguti hands her. Oguti tells her that with this tablet, she can withdraw money from any merchant guild in any village or town. Vimikia is surprised to find a deposit book with her, and thanks Oguti for his help and cooperation. Suddenly, Vimikia's friend, Billy Vera, arrives, furious because Commander Oguti didn't inform him of his whereabouts, as he had been looking for him for a long time. He asks Oguti to inform him of where he is going before leaving. Oguti, feeling ashamed, admits he forgot to tell him. Then the commander invites Vimikia to taste their special dish, Nunochi skewers, which she doesn't know. At that moment, the commander invites her to eat this meal.
Hello, Pamela Ralo. Thank you.
Very happy, and the leader-
May kliyente ako. Ano na lang ako? 15 minutes.
Then they go to this lady, thinking that
15 minutes. Mag-end na.
Oguto's children.
Ams Vlog. Thank you, Ams Vlog. Live, baba ko muna kayo.
For each of them, saying it's very delicious and easy to eat. Vimikia then
Naka-live ka ngayon, Bonnie, Bonay.
She finds the food very
Baba ko muna si Ams Vlog. Mga taga Hong Kong,
This
hello.
lady is very skilled.
Ay, si Ams Vlog, taga Hong Kong.
Requests her food. Vimikia, feeling sad, reveals that her cooking skill is only at a 4-star level.
Tapos si Pamela Ralo. Mother Earth from Pamela Ralo. 26 people. 15 minutes na lang ako. May kliyente kasi ako. Ay, hindi pa.
Everyone has suitable combat skills.
Pwede ka na mag-live. Mag-end na ako.
About her skill.
Tambayan kita
Vera
mamaya.
suggests that if her skill is suitable, she might join the guards in the future, which they find to be a good idea. Vimikia then reveals that she's actually attained.
Guys, connect guys to Amps
And the
Vlog.
leader praises her skill as one that can help many people. The leader asks how many stars her
Ano yan? Amps Vlog 0.
Reassures herself that some people with many stars, but without usefulness. Like
072.
literally like that. Villavera agrees, stating that even with many stars, many fail to use their skills properly.
Bukas may LS ako. Okay, Amps Vlog.
It's their
Okay.
duty to put such people under their control.
Connect guys to my member. May another
There are many
member.
deserving people with only 1 star, and
Amps
many who do
Vlog. Tapos si
excellent work.
Pamela Ralo guys. Nagla-live
So
yan.
Vimikia, feeling worried, observes them interacting
May
with
kliyente
each other.
kasi ako. Mag-end ako na maaga. Pero mag-take to ako mamaya.
Vimikia leaves through the village gate and finds the leader and his friend standing.
Pamela Ralo from Mother Earth. Ayan si Amps Vlog. Member ko rin from Hong Kong. Hello sa mga taga Hong Kong. Mag-end na ako. May makulit na customer eh. Pabigla-bigla.
And if she says she's Oguto's friend, she can go anywhere. Vimikia thanks them deeply for everything they've done for her, bids them farewell,
Ano
and
yan?
leaves. The leader tells her to return someday, and they'll be waiting for her. Vimikia assures him that she will someday.
So guys, si Pamela Ralo nagla-live yan guys.
The
Puntahan
Adventurers
niyo.
Guild and the Merchants Guild have given Latomi Village the lowest rank, the same place where that child came from, who is classified as number
Iwanan ko kayo maliligo ako ha.
list of people who left the village. The leader explains
Magsasilent ako.
that the child's name was not
May kliyente akong parating. I think I'm a bipolar. Oh, really? I have a sister.
the leader understands that this girl must
I have a sister that is bipolar. So,
Olivera suggests that this might
he
be
is
the reason.
very,
The leader agrees, remarking on how the events
she
in
is-
the village affected her.
she is admitted to the facility and,
Sure. And thus ends
but
our episode.
he is okay right now, but he's taking some medicine.
So we kindly ask you to subscribe to
We support her.
to receive all the latest updates.
I have a bipolar sister. So, he is admitted and is already well. My friend J-Rob. Yeah, my sister also. Yeah. And he's taking medicine, but it's okay. I usually visit her once in a while.
Before being struck by lightning, and the ugly baby lost all of his bodily parts except for his disgusting skull. Because on the day he was born,
J-Rob.
his father found God in a ghetto town, but as God tried to run
Ams Vlog, thumbs up lang sabi ni Mother Earth. Taga Hong Kong din yan, Mother, si Ams Vlog.
the strongest leader in the world,
Nasa Hong Kong yan, Mother.
to kill his son and hide all
Ano kayo?
made it to a river where she was about
Ams Vlog on the way, sabi ni Pamela
saw a
Ralo.
boat in the distance.
May maliligo na ako, may kliyente kasi ako.
And as soon as the disgusting hag pushed him away, a legendary demon appeared to the
Alam mo kasi panoorin yung pinapanood ko.
and used to slash it down with a single strike. Before
Maliligo kasi ako.
with God's ancient power rating,
Iwanan ko muna kayo ha, manood kayo ng animated movie.
pathetic victim to crucify along with all the other
Ayan na,
innocent
panoorin
Christians.
niyo.
But when he saw his wife getting accidentally killed,
Maliligo ako. Wait lang.
he decided to isekai himself.
May customer ako, mag-end ako. Pag mag-start na ako, i-end ko na to.
He approached the mysterious
Manood muna kayo ng ano, pinapanood ko.
baby that was still alive. Throughout the years, the man
Ay, hindi
began raising the
makita.
disgusting child and even created fake limbs and skin for him. But he
Ay,
realized that
ganyan.
the child couldn't feel any pain and lacked all emotions. So he named him Hayakimaru after the Japanese word for 100.
Zombie nomad, hello.
To become the coldest super soldier in the world. But after killing thousands of demons and being covered in their
Bahala na kayo kay zombie, zombie.
regenerating the leg he'd been missing. By the time
Maliligo na ako, kaya yung customer ko nasa 7-Eleven. Hi zombie nomad. Sige po, mother earth. Sige, maligo na ako, bahala na kayo dyan.
For the next 3 billion years, Hayakimaru began traveling the world without ever needing.
Yan, wait lang, maliligo na
He
ako.
saw a child called Dororo.
Family Rayo, di na kaya yata matulog.
But before the men left, Dororo launched a stone at their leader's eye, so the Fatso began drowning Dororo and ordered his men to bring the sword for killing him. As they walked away, however, they saw Hayakimaru in the distance, but he was looking past them at the demon he noticed in the river. Just then, the demon launched and devoured the fat with a single strike, so the other lackeys began running away. But the demon swallowed them up as well. As it was about to eat Dororo, Hayakimaru slashed its arm off and threw Dororo away. Before running to evade its attacks and destroy the bridge, the beast continued attempting to swallow him, but Hayakimaru continued slashing the foundations of the bridge, causing it to collapse as the monster was chasing him, and killing the demon underneath all the rubble. In that moment, Hayakimaru's mask fell off, and he regained his skin as lightning blasted in the distance, destroying one of the 12 demons. At the same time, Dago's second son showed his mother the dove he caught, but she couldn't stop missing her first son, and stared at the statue of the goddess that sacrificed herself.
Bahala kayo dyan.
Traveling to a neighboring village, but along the way, Dororo
Ay, stay ko na lang yan. Pwede naman nakastigan yan, no? Tapos nakalight.
and was able to find the demons by the red colors.
Diba? Nagmamasage ako. Sige, hayaan ko lang yan.
As they were about to sleep in the horse
Habang nagmamasage ako.
the came to ring the bells of hell and left without saying any word. The following morning, the chief took them to meet Lady Bandai, the priestess of the village. When they got there,
Pwede
the
naman
priestess
nakaganyan,
apologized
no?
for her appearance, saying that she hasn't been able to eat things after Tyrone blew her back out.
Pwede ko palang iwanan
Thought
siya.
she was beautiful. Hayakimaru felt the presence of a demon and began trying to attack her. However, Dororo
I have to learn how to not... Yes, J-Rob, that's right. That's absolutely right. You must do it. Okay, my friend.
After all, he
Learn how to do it.
Hayakimaru was the baby that was cast away.
Learn how to not... Ano...
Just then, both of them sensed the presence of another demon, and Hayakimaru ran to slash its arm off before jumping inside a well. Together with Moon, they began heading down the secret tunnels until they arrived at the priestess's room. And Hayakimaru knocked her door down before she began revealing.
I'm going to take a bath, guys. Take a
Hayakimaru
bath.
attempted to launch towards her, but she knocked him away with her.
Wait.
And she released all of her arms towards him. After closing the distance, he penetrated her eyes with his swords, but the village chief restrained him in the last instant and told the demon to run away. As soon as he slashed the cloak down, Hayakimaru began chasing the demon throughout the forest. But Banai was able to trap him down with the bamboo sticks. Before she could kill him, the demon rung the bells of hell again. But Hayakimaru disappeared when she looked back and launched down from the sky to slash her head, eliminating her in that instant. As Banai revealed her hot form once again, she realized that one of the 12 demons failed in sacrificing her. But before she could keep talking, Hayakimaru pierced her face, killing her for the final time. The demon continued ringing the bells of hell before disintegrating, and when Dororo searched the ground, he saw thousands of gold
Hatred,
coins.
mami, hindi hatred.
Banai kept stealing from the adventurers she killed, and the chief revealed that this was the
Wrong
only
spelling, mami,
He
hatred.
sold his life to the demons in exchange for the gold. At the same time, 2 of the 12 demons were killed, restoring Hayakimaru's
Okay,
nervous
boss,
system and allowing him to
din.
be able to hear once again.
Mami, hindi hatred.
From all the animals-
Bisaya ka, mami.
But Dororo wondered how he could
Hatred.
when everywhere was completely silent.
Ang hatred, mami, mainit yung hate.
And suggested that they hunt no demons until he was
What
recovered.
kind of
Just then,
content
Hayakimaru
should
noticed a
I
monster in the
expect
forest,
here?
and a great bird flew between them.
The content, my content is
The monster returned,
good.
narrowly evading them. However, it flew towards them again, nearly snatching him up, and the noises
Zombie
from falling
nomad.
leaves distracted
Food,
him, allowing the bird to knock
cooking,
him into the ground. As it
eating.
returned, Hayakimaru managed to slash it.
I never
The
was
bird tried
fake. I
to-
always say that
It utilized
what
the
I
opportunity
feel.
to
People
move, but
don't
as it
like
returned
me
to him,
because
Mooney appeared at that
I'm them.
moment and cut it to pieces in an
They
instant.
think I'm
Just then,
rude.
Dororo noticed that Hayakimaru was
You're
so
not,
trying to
J-Rob.
regain
You're
his
not.
senses.
You're
He
a
was
good
pretty much dead on his
person.
side. The following morning, as Hayakimaru woke up,
Just
he began
you're-
hearing the singing voice and followed
Just,
it to the river.
you're
As
just
he arrived, he
bipolar,
realized
you
that
know.
the
You
singer
have a
was a girl.
split personality,
Her soul
so
drew him closer to her. As
they
he
can
tried to touch her,
understand
She
it.
discovered he was blind, but he nearly passed out in her arms. And she
It's
noticed
okay,
Dororo
J-Rob. They can understand you.
As they settled in an old abandoned temple, they realized that Hayakimaru
Don't be
was
so
very sick.
negative,
And
my
Moon said
friend.
he was
Come
probably
on.
starting to become a real human. As Mio arrived,
I
she
will
told
be
them to stay
taking a
until
bath
Hayakimaru
because I have a
returned.
client. Guys, I will leave you here.
Just then, the kids appeared before them, and Mio said they were survivors.
Hatred, mami, mami. Okay lang yan, mami.
Hatred,
Hatred, mami,
Later that day,
hatred.
as Dororo decided to meet Takedo, He offered to help him with this duty, but the boy turned him down, saying that he wishes to work as hard as his sister Mia. When Dororo noticed that Mooney was starting to leave, he told him that he was going to find a safe path through the forest and would return afterwards. In Dago's village, a messenger told him that the
Maligo na ako, bahala kayo dyan.
and that they were starting to run out of food as it does not rain in weeks. Just
Gusto mo
then,
ito na,
saying that the past was starting to repeat itself. At the temple, Mio decided to check on Hayamaru and discovered that he was burning up from a fever. Realizing he needs medication, she promised to bring him some healing potions while returning from her night duty. Just as she began to sing, he wished she wouldn't leave, but would stay by his side forever. Inside the forest, Mooney discovered a path through the creek and thought it would make a better home for Mio and the orphans. However, he soon noticed the presence of a demon
Ay, sarap ng ganito, ah.
that this place wasn't safe
Ayan.
after all. The following day, when Mio returned to the village, she realized that Hayamaru was waiting outside and decided to give him the medication she brought.
Kasi Ryan
Tried
natulog.
telling her to sing instead, and Dororo said the voice would probably affect his mind. As she began singing, Mooney arrived, and as they settled inside, he told them about the area he found in the forest, and said that it would be a good place to hide when the war begins. However, he revealed that a great demon was already living on the land, and that it would only be safe with his company. Hearing his words, Hayamaru began heading towards the forest, and ignored Dororo when he tried to stop him. As Mooney realized he was far from the cover, he decided to follow him for support. So with the men gone, Mio revealed that she would be working for both villages that were preparing for war, saying that it was the fastest way to earn more money. However, the boys thought it was too dangerous, so Dororo promised to follow her and protect her if she fell into danger. That evening, as he trailed her into the forest, he realized that her work was developing a bond with the soldiers, and was depressed by what he saw, and the amount of things she endured every day. At the same time, Hayamaru and Mooney arrived at the large hole. As they spotted the demon, Hayamaru drew his swords, but Mooney realized he was still sick from his injuries. Mooney tried suggesting that he waits until he's recovered, but the monster began drilling the ground, and the sand pulled him deep into the hole. After jumping off the rocks, Hayamaru flew at the monster, and Mooney slashed it from behind, forcing it to turn its attention. As soon as it was distracted, Hayamaru stabbed its head, but the demon caught him and began pulling him deep into the ground. Luckily, Mooney managed to save him, but Hayamaru began screaming from a terrible pain, as half of his leg was lost to the demon. That night, as Dororo returned to the temple, he came across Mooney and Hayamaru. As he noticed Hayamaru's severed leg, he fell from the shock, and Mooney revealed that it was eaten by the demon. However, when he realized that Hayamaru was actually groaning from the pain, Mooney told him that he has now also gained his ability to speak. In the morning when Mio arrived, she found Hayamaru injured and wondered what happened. But Mooney told her that he would survive his injury. As she began to clean his wound, Dororo noticed her scars and ran off with the memory of what he saw. A few minutes later, Takibo found him and wondered why he left, but Dororo thought it was better to keep what he saw a secret. As he asked if he has ever seen Mio at work, Takibo began telling him that his duty was to watch over the remaining orphans. They were only able to stay alive because of Mio's sacrifice. At Dago's village, Kanemaru began demanding to be sent off to the battlefield. But Dago said he was still just a kid, and told him to have his mom teach him how to play with his small sword.
I beg your pardon?
As Mina appeared, Kanemaru begged her to play with his sword, but she thought he was a spoiled little brat, and ignored everything he said. However, Kanemaru realized she'd been only pretending to care about him ever since he was born, and wondered whose sword she was really worried about. He thought she was definitely hiding a secret, and hoped to eventually discover it. At the temple, the memory of the incident continued flashing across Hayamaru's mind, and as he tried heading to the forest, he fell from his injury. But Mio hurried to give him her support. To help him relax, she tried asking him to speak, but discovered that he could not say a word, so she began to sing. As Mooney spied on him, he realized that Mio's singing voice was calming the demon that was starting to appear inside Hayamaru's soul. So as he began to leave, he told Dororo that he would stay around the forest in the meantime, and revealed
Saglit lang at tanggalan ko ng damit si ano, yung isa dyan kasi kanina pa yan.
So he decided to forgive her and said that she was actually brave, so he would never hate her for sacrificing herself for all the other kids. Immediately, he ran up to the temple
Tanggalan ko ng damit si ano, yung isa dyan na ano,
to replace his leg.
apam.
Dororo decided to feed him his meat, saying that it was the only way he would regain his strength. However, he hoped Hayamaru would never become a monster, and told him that he was his only friend in the world.
Ayan, tinanggal ko yung jacket ng isa, apam dyan kasi makulit yan. Kanina pa yan.
They decided to show him several hidden swords, and Takibo revealed that they found them on the battlefield. At the same time, Mio began heading to work, but a soldier from the Ishikawa clan spotted her and thought she was probably a spy. On that night, with all the other kids asleep, Dororo realized that Hayamaru had left the temple, and thought he must have gone to face off with the demon. At the whole, Hayamaru
Saglit lang, may kliyente. Arms Vlog, connect to Arms Vlog.
began dodging the demon's claws, and it started raining at the same time. As the beast bit off his leg again, he stabbed it right in the mouth and jumped very high before slaying it in an instant. At that moment, the rain stopped, and Dago's statue split in half. When Mio arrived at the temple, Takibo told her that Hayamaru
Gio, thank you,
fight the
Gio.
monster, so she hurried immediately. Just then, a bunch of Ishikawa soldiers arrived and followed her to the
Kumusta?
temple. As Hayamaru, Dororo began returning home. The boy was happy to see his
I'm
wife
busy.
restored, but after hearing those words, Hayamaru realized that the temple was burning, as the soldiers slayed the orphans without any mercy. When Dororo arrived, he discovered that all of his friends were dead, and the leader wondered if he was one of the spies. He said that Mio was spotted entering the enemy's camp right after leaving, so he thought she was selling them all. Thinking he could save her, Dororo began heading to her, but the man caught him and threw him to the ground. Hayamaru sliced off his hand, so the men surrounded him immediately. At that moment, Hayamaru discovered that Mio was about to die, and the realization sent him into a frenzy. So he stabbed the first soldier and began killing the rest of them as the anger overtook him, driven by madness and revenge. At the sight of this, Dororo remembered Mooney's words and thought Hayamaru might end up becoming a monster. So he stopped him before he could slay the leader, allowing the
Chef
man to
Dean.
as he revealed the pouch. Dororo told him that it was filled with seed rice and said that it was Mio's dream to one day create a rice farm for the children so she could feed them rice packets. After
Oo, maligo na. Ayan, tinanggalan ko ng damit.
so he told him to hang on.
Tinanggalan ko ng damit yung isa dyan.
After hearing
Makulit yan kanina pa
Hayakimaru
eh.
let out his first word and said, "Meal." And they buried all the bodies before leaving the temple. As they resumed their travels, the only thing they kept on hearing was Meal's sweet voice singing, pushing them to keep moving forward in their miserable lives. When it was night, Dororo tried asking if Hayakimaru was hungry, but he only held onto the pouch. Before long, Dororo began hearing voices in the forest and thought two lovebirds were probably developing plot behind the bushes. As he grew angry at the thought, he began hurling stones at the trees, but a basket nearly crushed him. Just then, he noticed a spider before him, and Hayakimaru rushed up the tree immediately. In an instant, he slashed the webs, and the man fell to the ground. But Dororo realized that he has probably lost his mind. As Hayakimaru flew at the monster, he slashed it instantly, but it cast a web and bound him to a tree before escaping immediately. Later that night, as they spotted a village, Dororo suggested they stay there for the night, and the monster thought it was the best place for her to recover. When they arrived at the village, they discovered that they needed a pass to enter, and a guard told them that there was a kidnapper abducting the villagers. In the morning, a villager noticed the lady on the roadside, but she pushed him away and pretended to be afraid. As he noticed she was sick, he invited her to his home, saying he would offer her some food. However, she thought it was her chance to drain his life force, and realized she could waste him like an empty doll. At his home, he introduced himself as Yajiro, and wondered if she has a name. When she said that she doesn't have one, he decided to name her Ohaki. Believing she was hungry, he decided to serve her a bowl of rice. She thought that it was delicious. As he wondered where she was from, she told him to mind his fucking business, and said that she would leave his hellhole when she regains her full strength. Just then, he began to leave, saying he would return when it was dark, and she thought he was a mysterious man. At night, as Yajiro arrived home, he noticed that Ohage's sickness was getting worse, and wondered if she hasn't eaten all day. Right then, he spotted a cockroach, and decided to release it outside. At the sight of this, Ohage wondered why he decided to spare it unlike every other human in his right mind. So he told her that every life was special. His words impressed her, and she told him that she has never met anyone like him. However, as they slept that night, she crawled to his spot, and tried to eat him out, but discovered that she was hungry for food, and decided to eat the rest of her meal before going back to bed. She thought he was a special human, and wished to know everything about him. When it was morning, Dororo was exhausted from scouting the village, and wondered where the spider could be hiding. However, later that day, Dororo discovered that another villager has gone missing, but wondered how it was possible, seeing as there was no sign of any monster. That night, Yajiro realized that Ohage has gotten even worse, and told her that they have no doctors in the village. On top of that, they need a traveler's pass before she could leave, so he offered to sneak her outside. Meanwhile, Hayakimaru and Dororo were chewing on weeds for dinner, and Dororo thought they would definitely starve to death if they continued to stay in the village. At the same time, Yajiro and Ohage began hurrying to the secret exit, but before long, they came across Hayakimaru and Dororo. Realizing who they were, Ohage wondered if they were waiting to slay her, but this only made Dororo discover that she was the spider, and he commanded Hayakimaru to attack her. However, Yajiro decided to protect her, and said that he was actually the kidnapper. Just then, the guards appeared, and threatened to execute Yajiro for sneaking people out of the village. Dororo tried saying that he found him first and deserves the reward, but the leader revealed that there was never a reward in the first place, and that it was merely a scam to make the people confess. As he commanded his men to capture them, Ohage bound the men with her webs, and consumed their life force immediately. Just as Hayakimaru sensed her red soul glowing again, he drew his sword, and tried to attack her, but she bound him with her cloak, and ran away with her man. As Dororo freed him, Hayakimaru ran after him, and a guard called for the others with a whistle. Eager to escape, Ohage cast a web to the top of the mountain, and pulled them up. As Yajiro realized she had regained her strength, he began saying that he was probably useless to her now, but she told him that she wants him by her side forever. Yajiro wondered if she kills humans after draining their life force, but she told him that she always spares their life, but continues to suck their life force every single time. This was all Yajiro wanted to hear, so he offered himself to her, because he was tired of his lonely life anyway. Eventually, they arrived at the secret cave, and Yajiro told her to find her way to the exit, but she suggested that they escape together. After all, his identity was exposed already, and she thought he would never be safe here. However, just as he agreed, arrows pierced his body, and Ohage realized that the soldiers had found him. As she grew angry, she canceled the arrows and bound the men, immediately draining their life force. At that moment, she transformed into the spider and captured the others, but Hayakimaru cut her web. As he sliced off her leg, she knocked him away, and told Yajiro that she would not abandon him. However, when Hayakimaru was unwilling to allow her to escape, Yajiro asked him to spare her life, and said that he wants to stay with her forever, so Hayakimaru decided to leave her alone. The next day, they continued their travel, and Dororo noticed that Hayakimaru was starting to smile. A few days later, Dororo began wondering why Hayakimaru was not talking to him, since he had already regained the ability to speak. As they noticed some weird-looking people carrying a girl to the top of the mountain, Dororo thought it was probably a bridal parade, but wondered why the bride was sad. Just then, a boy slid down the mountain, hoping to stop the group, but the wind blew his arrow away. Before he could fire another one, Dororo stopped him, saying that he would not allow her to eliminate the beautiful bride. However, the boy thought he was a clueless moron, and told him that the girl was his sister, but was being married off to a monster. As he tried leaving, Dororo offered to support him, saying that Hayakimaru could defeat any monster. Before long, they arrived at the top of the mountain, and Saru revealed a dark, mysterious fire over their village. He said that the monster was called the Noctiserpent, and that it appears almost every day to devour their villagers. So to save their own skin, they began offering a girl to the demon, and managed to keep the village safe. However, Dororo thought it made no sense, and wondered why girls were specifically being offered to the monster. But even Saru had no idea, thinking he could scam the fuck out of this loser. Dororo offered to rescue her, but said that it wouldn't be for free, so Saru decided to pay him with worms and a tiny piece of gold. As Dororo realized he could probably sell it, Saru offered to give him more of it if they succeeded, so he agreed to help him, and Saru introduced himself. A few hours later, when the other villagers had returned, Dororo and Saru knocked out the guards, and Saru decided to free Genie. However, his sister told him that she could not leave the mountain, as she was afraid that the demon would devour the entire village in her place. Saru tried telling her to save her own skin, but she told him that her life was far less important than everyone else's. Just then, Dororo began telling her that they would slay the monster, and Hayakimaru drew his sword to prove he was ready. At that moment, the dark cloud began rising towards them, and the guards nearly pissed themselves. In an an instant, they were sucked into the clouds, and their devoured bodies were dumped to the ground. As they heard a roar, Dororo tried telling Hayakimaru that the demon was inside the clouds, but his vision was surrounded by a wall of evil flame. Before they knew it, a monstrous centipede descended from the clouds, looking to devour Saru. But Genie pushed him out of the way, and was swallowed in his place. At the sight of the huge monster, Dororo wondered if they even stood a chance. However, as it returned, Dororo tried warning Hayakimaru, but he still could not see shit. Luckily, heated water sprung out of a geyser and revealed a ray of light in the darkness, scaring off the demon, and the dark clouds vanished instantly. However, Saru was sad with his sister being killed, realizing he would never see her again. So Dororo decided to follow him home, but realized he was living in the mountains, and Saru told him that he lived on his own. As he wondered how they could avenge her, Dororo said that he has just the perfect plan, but revealed that Hayakimaru was probably useless at this point. At that moment, they realized that the cloud has expanded, and ashes began falling from the sky. As they discovered it was the skin from the centipede, they realized that it was growing even bigger in size. Seeing how massive it was, Saru thought they couldn't possibly stand a chance, but Dororo revealed that the sunlight was its weakness. So the following day, Dororo pretended to be a new bride, and successfully lured out the monster. Immediately, he started running away, and as he dodged the centipede, he jumped into a hole. But he emerged outside to draw its attention, and started running away again. However, as he slipped, the monster tried devouring him at that instant, but he luckily made it into the hole. At the same time, Saru was waiting on the mountain, and just as he spotted the monster, he launched a flaming arrow at the geyser, causing it to erupt into a mighty explosion, burning up the monster. However, just before the sun appeared, he quenched the fire, and released more fumes to cloud the area before rising high for the kill. At that moment, Hayakimaru drew its attention with a rock, and launched his arrow at the monster. As he fired another, and a third arrow, he rushed at it and slashed its face, causing it to crash. However, it was still alive, and he narrowly dodged its tentacle before getting knocked away. Dororo realized he could draw Hayakimaru's attention towards the monster, so he jumped down the mountain, landing on top of it, and screamed at Hayakimaru to follow the sound of his voice. As the monster hurried away, crashing through a rock, a stone knocked Dororo unconscious. Just then, Hayakimaru began screaming, desperate to draw its attention, but was knocked away. Even so, he continued screaming, and managed to stop the demon before it devoured him. As he took the onslaught, the beast threw him high into the sky, but Dororo directed him with his voice, and he pierced its eye, forcing it to emerge from the clouds, and the sunlight began molting its skin. Right then, Hayakimaru jumped inside its mouth, and ripped it in half instantly, causing it to vanish. With the monster slain, Dororo was happy to have survived the battle, as they fell into a river. A few moments later, Saru spotted Genie inside the water, and realized that she was still alive, so he was happy to be reunited with her. Right then, Hayakimaru began to grow, and his fake nose fell into the water, allowing a real nose to grow in its place. A few minutes later, as Saru gave Dororo the remaining gold he promised, he realized that it was a rotten piece of food, and wondered how they would survive on this. But Genie decided to thank him with a flower. As they began leaving the mountain, Hayakimaru smelled the flower, and said Dororo's name for the first time. When he heard that, Dororo realized Hayakimaru was starting to regain his full humanity. Later that day, as Hayakimaru sniffed a flower, he decided to smell Dororo's face, but he pushed him away and fell from exhaustion. As he tried to stand, he fell again, and Hayakimaru realized that something was definitely wrong with him. So he carried him to a nearby village, and tried asking for help from a farmer, but the man ignored him. As he met another man, he tried telling him that Hayakimaru was really sick, but the man told him that he's not a doctor, and decided to leave. Having nowhere else to go, Hayakimaru left him on the ground, and Dororo remembered that this was exactly how his mother died. Luckily, a woman found them, and decided to take them home. As Dororo regained consciousness, he thought Hayakimaru must have abandoned him, and tried to leave, but she managed to calm him down. She realized that Dororo was actually a girl, but as she noticed the Manjushaki flower, Dororo revealed that it reminds her of her parents, and this made her sad. 6 years ago, her father was the leader of a group of warriors who fought to eliminate the samurais for destroying their village during the war, but was led to a trap by her evil uncle to kill all of them. With all his men dead, one of the soldiers stabbed her father from the back, but he took him with him to the afterlife.
May mag-end na
As
ako.
the village burned before her, being the only two surviving members, her mother began caring for Dororo on her own. But as they
May mag-end na ako, mag-live ka na, ano.
passed out in a field full of Manjushaki flowers, and she begged Dororo to stop.
Thank you. Mag-live ka na. Mag-end na ako, mag-end. Bye-bye, Ams. Mag-end na ako. Mag-live ka na, family. Jira, bye-bye. Thank you, guys.